Good evening and welcome to Geoscope on Politics Social. I am Graham Hughes. Nice to have you with us this evening. At the moment, we're just waiting for Ollie to show up. I don't know why I'm so zoomed in. I can't zoomed in. I need to move back a little bit, I think. I'm not normally this zoomed in, am I? Am I? Oh, no, that's because I pressed the wrong button. Oh, don't make the intro go out again. That's better. Bit zoomed out now. Hello, everyone. I was like, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. Anyway, welcome to Geoscope. Welcome to everyone in the chat. We've got Simon in there. We've got Sarah. We've got Steve. We've got Chris C. We've got Peter Music. We've got Simon. We've got Lost Missionary. We've got Diz in the chat as well. We've got Jack Russell's for you. We've got Graham Price in there as well. And Saz and others. And Sarah, hello. If you'd like to join our friends in the chat, all you need to do is hit the really lovely subscribe button and just wait for approximately, I don't know, 60 seconds or so, and you'll be able to join in with the chat. I will be going over to the other screen where we can be able to see Ollie as soon as he is available. He says he's on his way. But in the meantime, we'll just talk about what the horrible, nasty piece of shit Trump fella, the tangerine tyrant. Oh, thank you. Got my coffee. Cheers. That's so nice when you get handed a coffee by a beautiful woman. Trump, gobshite, the tangerine tyrant, the most evil man who ever lived, and that's saying something. There's been a lot of evil people, but the thing is with Herr Trump, he's like stupid evil, which makes it even worse for me because I hate it when I see stupid people doing really well for themselves. But on a completely different note, Ollie's here. Hello, Ollie. How you doing, mate? Good to have you with us. Sorry I sent you the link a bit late there.
Oh, it's all right. No, I was distracted. I was watching some of this news about the Ukraine stuff just before we went on air. Just try and make sure, we'll get into that later.
Yeah. Well, I'm just talking about Trump being a twat. He's called European nations weak, decaying, and politically correct. Weak? What, like a 3-day special military operation that now in its, 1,300th day? Yeah. Weak like a president who has to kill all of his opposition to stop them from beating him in a free and fair election. Weak like that. Okay. But I have found the one thing that me and Trump and Putin all agree on, by the sounds of things, that Europe is an entirely separate entity to Russia. Russia is not in Europe. Russia is not a European country, as I've been saying for quite a long time. They can fuck off. I don't think Asia want them either, so we're making a new continent called the Northern Wastes. Oh, you're king of the Northern Wastes, so... Okay.
Yeah, that document, by the way, is wild. Absolutely wild. I don't know if anyone remembers right before the general election, Lammy put out like a big essay himself. I'm trying to remember what it was called now, but it was basically sort of like the mission statement of what the Labour would be and what his foreign policy would be. And that was like a big step forward to say, right, this is what we are going to be. This is how we are going to approach foreign policy. And this seems to be that document, the sort of founding document of the MAGA idealism. And it's basically coming down to Trump wants to really pivot away from Europe desperately. But the question then becomes pivot where to? And whether he wants to, Japan has been warning a lot in the past couple of weeks because of, again, we'll get into stuff about Ukraine as well. They've been really worried about stuff going on with Taiwan.
Yeah.
What do you do if China goes to Taiwan? What if, Trump being, incredibly weak basically signals, right, okay, guys, time to go and take Taiwan. There's the stuff going on in Venezuela where he clearly wants to do like regime change. There's the stuff that Pete Hegseth has come out.
Him and Maduro are cut from the same cloth. Yeah. They're very, very similar. Like, I don't know what his problem is with Maduro at all,
Yeah.
because they should be getting on, like,
Again, I don't know what's really
the
gone
house on
and
fire,
caused all this.
the
Whether
White House on fire.
it's it's difficult to try and pinpoint something exactly. Whether it is Trump is just pushing like for a regime change to try and like denationalize the oil. Whether again he somehow thinks that if you get a regime change in Venezuela, then you'll get like a friendly like government in South America, which is ridiculous because America already has allies in South America. It's just Trump hasn't paid attention to them at all. He could do a heck of a lot of stuff if he helped like with Mexico out with a lot of stuff. If he ended the drug war, that would be a massive boon to Mexico, massive boon to America as well. It would help, really remove the power of the cartels. There's just so much stuff that he could be doing, but he's not. And it's just, what is this? This is an absolute foreign policy mess. It's spaghetti, essentially. It's spaghetti, and Trump is the toddler that is just, we've all seen the photo of the toddler with like spaghetti in the bowl over his head, and just that is literally what this foreign policy looks like.
Yes.
It's an absolute mess. It doesn't make any sense. It isolates any and pretty much all of America's current allies,
Yes.
especially in Europe, which, as many people have said and commented, if the US does go to war with China, America will need Europe to back it up.
Well, there's a bunch of stuff.
Not even militarily, but it will need it, economically. It will need to sort of maintain those trade ties. And there may be just a point where Europe just goes, okay, we're not getting involved. We're not going to help you with that stuff now.
Well, Lost Missionary in the chat says, I think Europe is being very light on responses. I think they have something up their sleeve. Let's hope so. I agree. I mean, they have been a bit kind of like, oh, okay, then whatever. And when that briefing was given out, the 29-page document, the response from Europe was quite, well, first of all, there was someone saying they were shocked. And it was like, did you not see this coming? But also, it did feel a little bit muted. But there are some things that Europe can do to make America's life a little bit unpleasant. Like, for instance, there are American military bases all over Europe. That we
well, it's all right. Trump's going to pull out of those, apparently. So,
yeah. And then we've also got the fact that there's about $2.5 trillion in bonds that from America that are owned by European countries. Not least the UK, which has about $900 billion worth of debt with the US. I mean, and I said to call it in on my Facebook, but I mean, that wouldn't really be what you'd do. You'd just sort of say, you just wouldn't buy anymore. That's it.
Yeah, or
when
you
they
just start
expire
selling
after
them.
10 years or 20 years or whatever, you just don't buy anymore.
You just start selling them. And that would also force the debt to be recalled in as well at that point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff we could do as well. We could actually start. Well, we've seen this, of course. Put more like tougher regulations on like American companies.
Yes.
If your HQ is not in Europe, well, we're gonna slap some tougher regulations on you. We've seen the stuff with Elon Musk crying about the EU regulations. No other company, no other like tech companies out there is like crying over it. It's just Elon Musk.
Yes, this is true.
Because he doesn't want to do it, because it's going to cost him money to do it.
Miss Paula Thomas has dropped £5 in the super chat fund. Woo! First super chat of the evening. And she says, Trump is like the grand old Duke of York, and he is in the neither up nor down phase.
That is again very true. We could be here after Christmas, and all of a sudden Trump has changed his mind again. Well, Trump has yo-yoed back again, because I keep on telling you about this. Trump, when it comes to this foreign policy stuff, especially when it comes to around Ukraine, just yo-yos back and forth.
Well, it's just what the last person said to him.
Yeah, and it's worrying the fact that you've got these different, three different factions in there. You've got Rubio in the State Department. There's the Witkoff faction, and then there's Jared Kushner.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 people in the White House trying to dictate what America's foreign policy is.
Trying to dictate to the dictator.
And is there any reason why that the foreign policy is a mess?
Yeah.
There's an interesting rumor going around that document that the Foreign Office, the State Department, has washed their hands of it.
Yeah.
How true that is, I don't know, but that would be very interesting to see.
Diz is saying ban Twitter in the UK and EU. Yeah, a couple of years ago, I tried to do a petition to ban Twitter in this country because of the damage it was doing to our democracy, and they wouldn't even look at it. They just said, no, we can't have a petition to ban one company. All right, ban them all the social media companies. Just ban them. Everyone can wake up the next day and just feel like a weight has been lifted from their shoulders. No longer getting into arguments over bullshit with people they don't even fucking know.
Yeah, the thing is, Twitter has taken like a massive fall. Like it is hemorrhaging money. Like it is nothing but a massive money sink for Musk.
No, but it's not though, is it? Because he never paid for it. It was all Saudi Arabian money, and they've got more money than they know what to do with.
It's not just Saudi Arabian money. It was all the stuff he sold as well. To put into it, all those not the Tesla stock he sold as well, on that behalf. Which, if you remember at the time, really, really upset a lot of the Tesla shareholders. They were not happy about that sell-off. So there's still maybe a lot of like ramifications for that in the future. But Twitter, where it goes from here, I can see Musk selling it in the future. I think he just thinks it's too much trouble. And tries to sell it. And then tries and spins it as a win.
Brad W8102, £5 super chat. Trump's mood is dependent on the opinion of the last correctal surgeon. Maybe his current opinion is the same as Infantino's.
It's that MRI.
But Ollie, I disagree about the Twitter thing. I don't think it was a mistake for him to buy it, because it's not. He didn't buy it with his own money. He bought it with money that was given to him by his wealthy donors who aren't white, so they can't be the front men for this operation. But what these people want to do, and if you put the dots together, is the Saudis and the Emiratis have got together and said the West is too decadent. They have too many gays. They have too many trans people. They have too many women who have ideas above their station. And we need to have traditional values in Europe. We need to have basically Sharia law, just by a different name, in Europe. And they're doing very, very well. Because in America now, they're crying out for Sharia law. They're going, oh, can you arrest that person for looking at me funny? And they're like, why, certainly, sir. That sounds like a great job. Can we kill this person for being gay? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's just hang them. It's very ironic that the people who whinge and moan the most about Sharia law in the UK, people like Richard Tice, have now moved to Dubai, where they have actually got Sharia law. And he's
Tucker Carlson as well.
Making,
I don't know if you've heard
notes.
about that.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson making notes, and they're hoping to import it back home to their home country, and make it all a feudal, neo-feudal society in which you have a handful of people who control everything, and everyone else has to just, consume as best we can, and keep them all in the lifestyle to which they have become accustomed. It's like we've all married a gold digger. Woke up one morning in fucking Vegas, going, "What's happened? Oh no! Yeah. Oh no!" That's how I feel. Power to the people with Graham Price. Hello, you've been a member for 24 months. How awesome is that? You are awesome. Thank you. You're the best. 2 years and I'm still watching. Thanks, Graham. That's okay. Graham's watching. That's really sweet. But if you say it in like a scary voice, that could be scary.
I'm watching.
2 years and I'm still watching. But yeah, I'm not thinking of it like that. Anyway, thanks, Graham, for sticking with us through thick and thin. Twitter is a lost leader, says Davinator. Yeah, that's what I think. A lot of the newspapers lose money as well. They don't seem to care.
Yeah. But one of the other things that's interesting to watch as well, the ban in Australia is coming into effect.
Yes. Now it's already in. Kids this morning woke up. No more Snapchat. No more taking a picture of your knob and sending it to someone.
Is it 18 or 16?
16.
16, yeah.
But I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult to actually police. But yeah, I kind of think it's a bit of a step in the right direction.
Mm.
But there's just too many ways around it. And I'll keep going on about the fact I think there should be a separate handset for kids, separate phone for kids that doesn't allow adult apps on it at all. Doesn't allow Google Chrome on it. Doesn't allow, you to send photos of your genitalia to someone you don't know on fucking WhatsApp. You just can't do
we've
it.
got the what's it called now? The Internet Safety Bill.
Yes.
And of course, that's only just exploded the use of like VPNs.
VPNs. Everyone's using a VPN now.
So will that happen as well? I mean, the big thing here, of course, will be enforcement.
Well, the thing is, you need to buy a VPL. You can't get a VPL for free, usually, right? Generally speaking. So you got to pay. So you got to have a credit card, realistically, to pay or set up a direct debit. So you should realistically be 18 to get a VPL, which is what the rules should be. But what it is for a lot of people is they're quite happy for, their monthly statements to come in from the bank and it say, Surfshark or NordVPN or something. We're not sponsored by anyone on this channel, by the way. But they're not.
But
happy.
if you do want to sponsor us,
they're not. They're not happy for lesbian jelly fighting or Men Alone 2, the KY connection. They're not happy for that to come up on their bill. So they're not going to go to Pornhub. They're not going to go to all that kind of stuff and pay. They're not going to give their credit card details because and also, I mean, it just opens up the door to some of the darker parts of the internet. So, for instance, in Australia, yes, they've banned Snapchat, great, but they haven't banned 4chan. 4chan, Ollie, 4chan. I mean, yeah, Davinator has been a member for 3 months. Well done, Davinator. Welcome. You are awesome. We need to get bot accounts banned on social media. But that requires social media to actually police itself.
Yeah, that's a company issue, and they do try and deal with that, but it's incredibly hard to tell the difference between a bot account and a real account. That's the big problem.
Yeah.
And even with AI now, that's making the bot problem even worse. On a lot of.
Isn't that ironic that it wasn't Musk? He said he didn't want to spend so much on buying Twitter. He didn't want to buy 44 million because he said it was full of bots. And then since he's been on it, it's been like
bot city basically.
Yeah. Graham Price saying social media is a cancer on society right now. I think you're absolutely right, Graham. I think you're absolutely right. It is an issue. And I think we'll be better off without it. I genuinely believe we'll be better off without it. I don't think it's helping. And isn't it interesting now in America, you're seeing them, all these different companies going after Warner Brothers. And they're going after Warner Brothers because Warner Brothers owns CNN. They want CNN in time for the midterms. So they can just pump out propaganda like what Murdoch does on his Fox network. Yeah, it's funny that.
I mean, CNN going will be very, very interesting. If that goes, and it's who ends up buying it, because obviously there's the whole Paramount merger that was going to be, apparently South Park, because of the South Park episode, absolutely torpedoed. Yeah,
I love that idea that the South Park lads managed to derail this multi-billion-dollar deal. But yeah, they're going after Warner Brothers, and it's It's a bit concerning, to say the least, because you might end up in a situation that the richest man in the world owns Twitter, the second richest man in the world owns the Washington Post, the third richest man in the world owns CNN, the fourth richest man in the world owns Fox News. It's just all old white men owning these things, all old white conservative, fascist, gobshite, libertarian. I don't care about anyone but myself, selfish, sociopathic, psychopathic. Knobheads. Did I miss anyone out?
I'll tell you what. Musk actually did something kind of useful.
Did he die? Did he die, Ollie? Did he fucking die? Oh no!
This was on Twitter. This was on Twitter.
His death was on Twitter. Wow, Cool. It will be though. Think about it. Think about one day. One day it will be.
He turned on a function that now basically shows you where that Twitter account has come from.
Yes. So he only turned it on for a day, didn't he?
Yeah, this is actually exposed a lot of accounts, that were either A, meant to be like very like pro-British patriotic, and turns out they weren't even from Britain. They were, surprise, surprise, from Russia. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, that's actually probably helped a lot of things, but by him just turning that on, which probably again was not on purpose. Um, it was probably just an absolute complete fluke.
Yeah.
Um, and the will of Elon, striking again. But you know, a broken clock's right, twice a day. So
Well, yeah, indeed. I think it was probably a mistake, but yeah, they still it still happened. Anyway, Jenny Robinson, thank you for being a member for 6 months. This is look, why everyone's getting the little thing to say they've been a member for X many months or years. This isn't really nice. The revolution won't be televised, said Gil Scott Heaven, but we could start it on Politics Social. Good plan. It's funny that because I think when the revolution will not be televised. And the song came out in the 70s. They had no clue about the coming of the internet and the World Wide Web and all that. But I think it's absolutely right. It won't be televised. It'll be on the internet.
The revolution will be live streamed. Basically.
Live streamed, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a bit grim that if any famous person gets taken out, it's going to be all over the internet. Like in the past, when something like that happened, they would censor the images on TV. That would be the only real way that you could see this kind of stuff. But now it's all over the internet like wildfire. Yeah. So after Charlie Kirk carked it in September, I stayed off social media for about 2 weeks afterwards. I didn't go on TikTok. I didn't go on Instagram. Didn't go on Threads.
It was all over Twitter.
Yeah, it was.
There was just absolutely zero moderation on that.
And I know seeing something like that will fuck me up, even for someone that I hate as much as Charlie Kirk. But I just wish I'd got the merch as quick as his team did. His team had merch out within 12 hours, ready to buy, like t-shirts ready to buy, caps ready to buy.
Yeah,
he wasn't even cold, and they were like, "Hey, let's make some money out of this." It's what he would have wanted. He loved capitalism.
Well, that's these astroturfed groups that we've got to be careful of.
Yeah,
like how Reform has just got what is it? The biggest political donation now in UK
from a living
now.
person, biggest from a living person in political history.
So
from a guy from Thailand, which is a way of getting money out of Russia. It's a way of evading sanctions, like most cryptocurrencies. But I have to thank the people who tout cryptocurrency bollocks, right? Because here's the thing, right? All the criminals are just selling crypto now, so they're not breaking into my house. They're not smashing the window of my car to rob my car stereo. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Thanks.
Do you remember the story we did of North Korea hacking into a Pokemon like crypto app?
They stole billions in the Philippines, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did you see that story about the woman who was arrested I think she was arrested in the UK. She was the biggest ever crypto lunatic, whatever, and she conned all of these old Chinese people out of billions, and they found her in a squalid flat somewhere. And it was like, wow, so you made all this money and you're literally living in a urine-soaked fucking mattress on the urine-stained mattress on the floor. Oh, the criminal life, it just looks like so much fun. But I'm sure if she got arrested in America, Trump would have pardoned her by now.
But yeah, it's so weird, honestly, that happened. But it sort of makes sense. Farage has been, on YouTube endorsing crypto for a while now, so makes sense why he's suddenly got one. But that is a lot of money. That is basically a war chest.
Oh yeah.
That is a war chest. And I think that the May local elections, get ready. May local elections, you are probably going to see unbelievable amounts of social media advertising that finances.
Yeah.
Unbelievable amounts.
Absolutely. So Yeah, getting back onto this disgraceful behavior from Trump, and also disgraceful behavior back from Putin, saying he wanted to do this peace deal and then, bombing the shit out of Ukraine while saying, no, we really want peace, and then sending out more drones. In the past week, over 1,600 attack drones have been launched against Ukraine. Over 1,200 guided aerial bombs and 70 missiles, and they've been targeting the Ukrainian energy infrastructure. That's a big thing, to try and take out any heat, so people can't heat their homes, and electricity, so people can't heat their homes. Targeting civilian life, and large regions, including Kyiv, have faced rolling blackouts. It's fucking freezing in Ukraine at the moment, and they struck the what's it called, the Rajan oil refinery in retaliation, which is good. But I mean, it's all part of this escalation, and we're seeing hybrid warfare going on right now, which we've been talking about for years. But you're seeing not just interfering in our democracies and telling people bullshit on the internet.
Cables.
Undersea cables have been attacked. There's been multiple unexplained drones spotted near Ireland and France.
Do you see that about that? They reckoned that might have been an assassination attempt.
There was Zelensky's plane. I think it was on the way back from Ireland, was targeted or approached.
It was going into Ireland. Yeah.
Yeah. Or was it approached by a drone? Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the EU Commission, she described the pattern as hybrid warfare, which is exactly what it is.
Yeah. And the RAF's been over into Belgium as well recently, because they've been having very similar things happen to in and around their airports.
Yeah, and we keep having Russian submarines coming in a bit too close for comfort. They're just seeing what they can get away with, and then they turn around and go back and see what they can get away with. Turn around and go back. Farage should be afforded the same treatment that was handed down to those involved in the gunpowder plot, says Christopher C. Yeah, why not? What else have we got? We are really living in dodgy times, sad and very unsettling, says Plum. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be this way. It's 2025. We could just all be having a good time and have enough money and just be going to the park and having a fucking picnic. I don't understand. There's enough food in the world. There's enough drink for everyone to be happy. There's enough. We've got enough. We can make enough. We sussed it. We cracked the code. Malthus was wrong. You know what I mean? We haven't run out of food. We're not all fucking eating each other. It's fine. The world can contain about 8 billion people. It'll probably go up to about 10 billion before it really starts creaking at the seams. But I mean, we could have complete free energy at the moment. Free energy, Ollie. You set up the wind turbine, and then the rest of the energy is free. You don't have to keep filling it full of black gunk in order to burn the black gunk in order to keep the wind turbine going around. You just pluck it out the air. And we could be doing all this, and we're not. We're not. We're arguing about who should use the fucking toilets. It's so pathetic. And I saw this thing. I mentioned it to you, I think, a couple of weeks ago. That someone said that everyone on the internet is 12. And I can't get over that now. Every comment I see, I just assume that the person writing it is 12. Every time I hear Trump say something, I just imagine a 12-year-old saying it, because it's the kind of thing a 12-year-old would say. You got a problem with crime? Oh, send in the army. Yeah, that's something a child would say. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Oh, you're gonna have a football tournament? Can I have a medal? Okay, play football.
That's so weird.
No, here's a medal.
God.
There's a creepy trophy.
There's so many problems with FIFA, but my word, what an absolute own goal.
Hey, see what you did there?
Yeah, that just makes FIFA look just so bad, because that prize will never be given out again. No one else is ever going to get that prize. That was the only FIFA peace prize that will ever be given out, because they need to try to find a way to placate Trump. Because if you haven't been paying attention to some of the other stuff that's been going on in America, tourism in America has taken an absolute nosedive. Yeah. Las Vegas is absolutely on its knees at the moment. And you can go on YouTube and you can look at people who are like travel bloggers or like people that are like in the LA, not the in the LA, in the Las Vegas tourism industry, and they're constantly making videos about it, showing you this is like this video of like this casino floor. This is what it looked like, a couple of years, like literally like 2 years ago. This is what it literally looks like today, and it's a complete ghost town.
Yeah, yeah.
And places like Las Vegas cannot survive if that continues.
Yeah. Well, loads of Canadians cancelled their trips over the summer into America because of the Americans' attitude towards Canada was disgusting, and Trump saying he was going to invade Canada and it should become the 51st state and all this bullshit. And those stories really, really put the shit up people when it turned out like a couple of German girls were detained for no reason, and then there was someone who was traveling through trying to get from Mexico up to Canada, and they were detained and because they had a tattoo machine with them, so they could do tattoos. And
this is it. It's I think when this actually happens, when you get this, I think you'll get stories like that happening.
Oh yeah,
I mean, absolutely think you'll get stories like that.
So Haiti have qualified for the World Cup. How are Haitians going to get into fucking America? Iran has qualified for the World Cup. How are Iranians going to get into? Who's going to go to America from Iran? Who the fuck? I'm not going there, and I'm British. I've got an American visa, for Christ's sake. It's probably been revoked by now. I'm not going to try it. Could you imagine? I turn up in America, not to visit America, but just to change planes to go somewhere better. And they're like, oh, sorry, this visa's been revoked. You're going to have to fly home now on your own dollar.
Yeah.
And because I'm not rich, I can't get those expensive tickets that are fully refundable. I've got to get the cheap ones that aren't. And they just keep all the money and laugh. Graham, look up which countries who have to play in the Pride match in the World Cup. It is Egypt and I think it's Iran. Iran. Let's look it up. Pride Cup, World Cup, football. Oh, Egypt's FA wants the World Cup Pride match plans cancelled. This is 8 minutes ago on the BBC website.
Yeah.
So they sent a formal letter because the match was supposed to feature celebrations of the LGBTQ plus community. And yeah, it's Egypt and Iran, two countries that are weirdly homophobic, right? I've been to Egypt a lot. I've been to Iran once, but I was there for a week. In Iran, they still hang people for being gay. They don't go that far in Egypt, but it is still kind of against the law. But, and it's a big but, the Sewage Oasis, which is an oasis near the border with Libya, which has been famous as a homosexual hangout for a very, very long time. It's like the Canal Street of Egypt. And whenever anyone was caught doing gay stuff in Cairo or Memphis or Alexandria or somewhere, they'll sort of get exiled off to Sewage Oasis. They'll be, off you go, off you pop. Go and do your Priscilla Queen of the Desert thing in the Sahara Desert. But the weird thing is, you go to Egypt, and although it's frowned upon to hold hands with your wife or your partner, right? And usually you'll see a wife walking behind her husband, which is like messed up, whatever. But you often see men holding hands. Walking down the street, just holding hands. And it's one of those countries where you think, what, really? This is the country where you're going to be massively homophobic, and yet, come on. Because don't forget, 1 in 10 men are gay. Probably a bit more than that, actually. Probably about 50% are bisexual.
Yeah.
Just haven't found the right man yet. Attila D6, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. I think FIFA's Peace Prize was a soap on a rope. Yeah. It did look fucking horrific, but yeah. So there's supposed to be a Pride match, which is played during the World Cup, which is going to be this thing. This is going to be a celebration of the LGBTQ plus community, and the Egyptians and the Iranians were chosen to play the match. I mean, wow! What are the chances? What are the chances of that? But yeah. So there you go, Egypt and Iran. What a crazy time to be alive. Did someone say this was a bad timeline? Yeah. How did we end up on this timeline? Ollie, what Polynesian god did we upset?
Well, no, this was as the internet likes to call it. This was when what is it? Harambe, the gorilla, was killed. That's the real timeline divergence that caused all this. That's when it all happened.
I think it was.
2016.
I think it was
That's
when
when everything diverged.
Bowie died. I think Bowie just fucked it all up. Do you know what it really was though? It was when Al Gore had the 2000 election stolen from him by the Republicans. That was it.
It was the Gore, yeah.
Yeah, we would have gone a very, very different way if it hadn't been for that. I do think. But yeah, it's I think that looking at what Trump is doing with his tariffs and his pissing off of his friends and his allies, but also the pissing off of his enemies like China.
Mm.
And I don't think he realizes how much power China and Europe have over the US. And like I mentioned before about the huge amount of debt, American debt that Europe holds, China holds a fuckload of American debt as well.
I think Japan's like the highest.
Yeah,
out of all of them.
I'm gonna look it up now. U.S. debt. Which countries own what? So yeah, Japan and China are consistently the largest holders of U.S. debt. Japan has $1.1 trillion of debt. The United Kingdom, it says 800 billion here. I've seen it as high as $900 billion. China in third with between 700 and 760 billion. And then you've got all the other countries are basically European countries, or like the Cayman Islands, which is effectively Britain. And then you've got Canada. Are any of those countries particularly happy with Trump right now? Are any of them going, yeah, no, he's doing a great job? No. So if they start selling, they'll stop buying.
They're all just really wanting to, waiting for Trump to go. I think at this point, they're hoping that the quicker he goes, the better.
Yeah, yeah. I know this is domestic politics, but it's kind of interesting for us. The Lib Dems had a vote today on joining the customs union, or customs union. I think it was not the. And there was 17 Labour MPs who voted with them. And they were all fucking Lexiteers. I was like looking at it going, are you kidding me? This is what... But whatever. I'm glad it went through. The rest of Labour abstained on it. So, it's a opposition motion bill, whatever. So the government don't have to pay attention to it. But as time goes by, I can see why they did the red lines. I wouldn't have done them myself, but I can see why they did them in the run up to the election, because they just didn't want to talk about Brexit because it gives too much power to the dickheads like Rees-Mogg and Boris Johnson and who's that little prick with the bollock for a face? Nigel Farage. It gives them too much power. So, they said, we're not even going to talk about it. No, it's a red line. We're not going to talk about it. But now that's looking a bit of a daffy thing to do because people, the dial is shifting and people are just not happy with the results of their Brexit, of their precious Brexit. My precious Brexit. And a book came out, I think it was today. It's launched, 75 Successors of Brexit by Jacob Rees-Mogg and friends. And nearly all of them are fucking shit or lies or shit lies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Davinator says selling off the debt would be a self-sacrificing attack. Well, we don't have to sell it all off. We just have to sell a little bit of it off, just enough to give America a little bit of economic pain.
If you sell these things, like it's enough to cause like quite a significant problem for America, a very significant problem.
But I think this is going to happen. I really do think that he's gonna face a lot of problems if his economy tanks in America. And I think the only thing that's keeping America afloat at the moment is the AI bubble. And I know I've been saying it's going to burst for ages, and I might be wrong, but it does seem a little bit odd that they're spending all this money on AI, and I think it's going to be about as successful as Zuckerberg's metaverse. Do you remember the metaverse?
Oh yeah.
We were all going to put VR headsets on our faces to have a meeting, to have a chat with people. Like, what were they thinking? You got to put an uncomfortable box on your face to have a fucking meeting with people that you could have, I don't know, on a screen with a keyboard and a mouse. No, but you got to walk. You got to walk like this, and you walk into another room, and then you press a button, and you don't quite line it up because it's not quite where you think it's going to be, and then you get seasick and vomit all over your shoes. These tech bros, they come up with like one good idea, one halfway decent idea, and with a bit of luck and the fact that they're a nepo baby, so they've got billions to invest of their own money, never mind anyone else's, they manage to make a big success, and they think that anything they try will work. And I feel like AI has become the new sort of metaverse thing. I don't need AI. I don't need AI in my WhatsApp. I've never ever used it. I will never ever use it. I don't need Copilot. I have never used it. I will never will use it. Google have admitted themselves that the results from their search engine are more accurate than the AI overview that it gives you. So I was wiring a plug a couple of weeks ago downstairs, right? And it's an old house, so it had all wiring, right? And instead of having brown and blue, whatever it is, it had black and red wires, right? And it doesn't really matter. Either can be the live because it's an AC circuit, it's not a DC circuit, whatever. But I wanted to make sure that I put the right color into the common, which just says COM on it, because this particular light had two switches, right? So it's a two-way switch, right? So I had to get it right. So I looked it up, and the AI overview, I think I screen capped it and put it in the Politics Social chat as well. What the fuck? At the top, it said the black wire goes into the COM port, and in the same answer, it said the red wire goes into the COM port. In the same, and it's only, you're only wiring a fucking plug socket. Don't worry about it.
What could go wrong?
It's not something that could burn your fucking house down or nothing. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, this is shit. This is painfully shit. Ms. Paula Thomas, £5 super chat. Thank you. The way the US debt is structured isolates the US from the effects of any fluctuations in the market. Yeah, but that's true. But I mean, even so, there's only so much quantitative easing that the Fed can do, which is when they print money. Essentially, they do what Zimbabwe did in the early 2000s when they started having this hyperinflation, and they were going up to like $500 trillion notes and things. But yeah, I mean, I think you're right. They are insulated a little bit. But it's not. It would still have an effect if people saw their prices of everyday life going up even more, on top of the extra money that Americans are going to have to spend on their health insurance from January the 1st, which is going to be a massive shock to the system.
That's going to be when that really starts kicking in, that's going to be horrific. The midterms are going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Midterms are going to be very interesting for Republicans when all that starts kicking off. They've already lost like a number of seats in recent elections, which should have been like easy wins. It's not going to go well for them, I think. And I honestly think where we have in May, if the Conservative Party gets decimated again, you're going to see Kimmy Badenoch get removed pretty quickly. Then I think what you'll probably see is you all might see the Republican Party finally say, right, he's not president after this. Why do we have to kiss his ring anymore? Let's just get rid of him. Let's just make him an absolute lame duck president, so we just cannot do anything anymore.
I think that is what's going to happen after the next midterms. I think unless they pull some rabbit out the hat where they just completely con it, whether Trump... See, I think the Democrats have got a bit of a tightrope to walk, because what they have to do is they have to make Trump confident enough that he's going to do quite well. Because if he doesn't think he's going to do quite well in the midterms, he won't allow them to have midterms. And the Supreme Court, as we see time and time again, will back him up. They keep doing this whenever he does something fucking illegal or unconstitutional. Like, yeah, it's fine. It's cool. So, yeah, they have to make it look like they're not going to do too well in the midterms, and then they have to absolutely demolish the Republicans. Because if they manage to get like a super majority in the Senate, and don't forget, all of the members of the House of Representatives are up for grabs, all of them. So that's going to be mad. It's only a third of the Senate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every couple
I think if they can take the House, that will be a very big win, because then you can start having hearings. You can finally start having hearings over what's going on in Venezuela. You can finally start having a lot of other hearings to all this other stuff that's going on as well. You've got the MAGA civil war erupting as well, which might prove very interesting if a couple more people decide to turn. You've seen Marjorie Taylor Greene out of nowhere, one of Trump's biggest fans, turn around and say, "Yeah, I'm turning on him." Yeah. So that's kind of big. What happens if others decide to follow her lead? You know, a lot of very interesting things I think could happen next year.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be all 435 voting, all 435 voting members of the House of Representatives are going to get replaced, and it's going to be 35. It should be 33, but there's two special elections that are going on for like Marco Rubio's old seat and stuff. So there's going to be 35. So over a third of the seats of the Senate. There's 100 seats in the Senate, but all the seats of the... I mean, it could be, judging by what the results have been of any special elections, the off-year elections that we had last month, judging by those results, I mean, the Republicans are toast. But I do think there is a very good chance that Trump will cheat. Trump will find some way of just absolutely cheating the system and making it so that, you know, his people don't get kicked out or whatever. But yeah. Chris is saying that a federal judge has ordered the release of Ghislaine Maxwell's grand jury records. Ooh, that's interesting.
And that's going to be interesting when all that stuff gets, because they can start doing a lot of stuff with that as well.
Is it going to come out?
Start doing a lot of stuff with that as well.
Is it going to come out? Is it going to come? Is it going to come out? That's the question. But yeah, so just to go back to the first item we were talking about, by the way, in 8 minutes' time, when we wrap up, we're going to be shunting you over to go and watch Maximilian's stream this evening. So if you want to do that, that's cool. You've got 2 minutes to put one more super chat in the super chat pot. 2 minutes. So you better get cracking now if you're going to be putting your credit card details in. But you got 2 minutes, and we will have confetti. We need one more super chat for confetti. So see if you can get it in under the radar. It's 1 minute 40 seconds now. So get your skates on. He's like typing away on the phone. Yeah, try not to make your message too eloquent, because we've only got 1 minute 30 now. But yeah, going back to the original talk, you know, why now that all of this shit against Europe is coming out? It does seem like very strange timing that it's the same fucking day almost that Elon Musk's Twitter gets a $140 million fine for.
I mean, we knew that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen because he was breaking regulations.
Yes.
And did you see him? Did you see him like a poodle begging before the European Information Commissioner?
No, missed that one.
The video. Oh, it was hilarious.
I'll have to check that video out.
He's been. These two have been absolutely firing back and forth at each other, basically for the past like year and a half.
Oh no, Ollie, what happened? Oh, I was trying to look up Musk like a poodle, and Ollie's frozen. He's frozen in time. Ollie, come back to me, Ollie. Oh, this is a bit concerning. What's happened to Ollie? What have you done? Oh, sorry, Ollie, you disappeared there, mate. Sorry about that.
Oh no.
Not your fault. Not your fault.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, good. He's back. He's back. Thank you. You're the best. And also, who's the best is Wheels of Darren and also Saz47A for dropping in not one, but 2 super chats, which means, Ollie, it's time for confetti! Woo! Yeah, baby. Bring out the confetti. You know you love it. Woo, woo, woo. Yes, we had the confetti and we fucking loved it. So thanks very much for that from Wheels of Darren and from Saz. Very, very kind of you. And Diz is very excited now, saying confetti. Yay. Or confetti. Confetti. Ollie ran out of charge. He's a Cylon. Are you a Cylon?
No.
Okay. That cleared that one up. So sorry, are you watching Pluribus?
No.
Oh, it's really good.
Not yet.
It's really
I
good.
probably will though.
I'm also watching The Chair Company, which is just mental. It's just like mad. Do you know anything about it? The Chair Company. It's a new HBO black comedy drama about this guy who's going mad, and he thinks there's a big conspiracy to do with a chair company because he sat in a chair and it collapsed.
Oh, speaking of conspiracy theories,
go on. Marjorie Taylor Greene. No.
Have you seen Liz Truss has got her own YouTube channel?
I think Tans gave it up to do a whole video on this, but I can't bring myself to watch it because I'm worried about doubling the viewing figures.
If Tan wants to join in, we'll have a watch party. We'll have a watch party because I want to do this at some point.
Do a live watch party.
Yeah, of like Liz
actually 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it would be fun. It would be very, very fun to watch.
It would be fun.
Because I haven't watched any of them yet. Because I'm like,
there's only been one.
Do I watch them yet, or do I save them?
Has there been more than one?
An hour.
Has there been more than one?
Yeah.
Fuck!
Every Friday.
Yeah, but she only started the first one last Friday. I thought that was the first one on Friday.
Yeah, no, they've had that one, and they've released another special interview since then.
Oh God, who's in an interview with?
Oh God, who it is now? Can't remember.
Liz Truss. Now I'm going to tell you why the people in charge tried to the deep state. They tried to take me down. Yeah, the deep state. Love the fucking bond market. Jesus Christ.
The pork markets.
Did you think it was the James Bond market? There's a secret agent come to get me. No, bond market. It's a different thing. It's a different thing, Liz.
Yeah. The Liz Truss show. Jesus Christ. John Solomon.
Who's that?
I have no idea. It is no idea. Let's see.
Let's look him up.
In the description.
Googling with Graham and Ollie. He's an American author.
Investigative journalist, CEO of, quote, Just the News, John Solomon sits down with Liz Truss to expose the 3 driving forces behind Donald Trump's rise in America. Now, the same political insurgency could transform Britain next.
So he's a Fox News host. Yeah.
Although it's funny to see the comments, all basically laying into to Liz Truss.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny. That's kind of refreshing on that one.
Jesus. Yeah, this. I'm looking at this guy's Wikipedia page. He looks like a fucking gobshite. He's worked for like all of the most evil companies in the world. All these,
surprise!
Fox News and all that kind of stuff. And he has just made stuff up. He has just made things up without foundation, and basically just absolutely irresponsible. Part of a disinformation campaign, possibly paid for by the Kremlin. Who knows? Who knows? Where do these people get their money from?
Yeah. Cryptocurrency. Where's that money come from? We don't know.
We don't know. Nobody knows. South Park is the only place in America for up-to-date, relevant news. That is very true. Dracula's 4 years. But yeah, one of the things that's come out of the chat talking here, people saying that Europe and just, the EU and Starmer are just going to have to fucking that they're just going to have to bide the time now and go, yeah, okay, we'll talk about this tomorrow, and then forget to call him back, and then just get it through, get Ukraine through the winter, and just go, yeah, okay, we'll have a meeting, yeah, and then get nothing organized, nothing done, just keep going, yeah. The big thing I'm hoping is this 100 billion in frozen assets that can be released and given to Ukraine. And don't forget, since Trump became president less than a year ago, God, it's been a long year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
He hasn't given any weapons to Ukraine at all under his watch. Some of the weapons that went over had already been agreed.
Yeah, and there's been that's it. There's been no
sold them
Ukraine
weapons.
bills.
Yeah,
these are all bills that were done under Biden. And I think there's probably I don't know if there's one that needs reviewing, but it will be next year, and I think it will be after the midterms.
Yeah.
So at that point, the Democrats would be able to sort of exercise their power on that. But again, luckily there's quite a lot of Republicans that are very, very much pro Ukraine.
Yes,
they have been very, very much outraged and like, oh my God, why are you doing this to like an ally? Why are you siding?
It's because it's what Russia wants. They want the breakup of Western unity. Yeah. They want reduced NATO influence. They want Russian, European acceptance of the Russian sphere of influence. They want to make everyone else as miserable and as homophobic and as boring and as idiotic and psychotic as they are. I don't want that. I don't want that. Yeah. I don't want to live in that society. I don't want to live in the Russia stroke Sharia law society that these rich right-wing motherfuckers in this country want us to live in, because they don't have to live in it. Don't forget, whatever Britain is made by Farage and Tice and all those fucking shitbags, right? They won't have to live in it. They will destroy our country and everything it stands for, and then they'll just fuck off to Dubai or the Cayman Islands or fucking, I don't know, Panama. That's why I'm gonna fuck off. But yeah, it's really fucking grim. Was it Andy saying other people bought weapons from US and gave them to Ukraine, a bit like World War II again? Yeah. And Dynashed wants to know, how the fuck is Liz Truss still relevant? She's not. That's the joke, isn't it? She's just, she's always going to be a joke. She's always going to be that prime minister who lasts a few days.
Yeah, she just won't go away.
No, she gets paid to go and talk at dinners for the fucking Heritage Foundation and the Federalist Society and these Tufton Street think tanks. And she turns up and gives a speech and that. Everyone just be sitting there going, oh, anyone with any fucking lick of common sense. She sounds divvy, doesn't she? She doesn't sound like she's got a fucking ounce of common sense or understanding, or I don't think she knows how she comes across.
It honestly feels like she's lost the plot.
How can you come across
or that she was never, or something? Maybe she was never had the plot to begin with.
Yeah,
who knows? It's
But you can be ditzy and charming. You can be ditzy and cute. But she's not. She's ditzy and fucking evil. She's like ditzy and psychotic at the same time, like Miss Umbridge sort of fucking thing from Harry Potter, I guess. But she's a monster. She's an absolute fucking monster. Well, I've got to say, 18 months ago, watching her lose her seat at the end of the night in Airbnb with Fro Bojo and Tansky and Carol Vorderman. Oh, it's one of the greatest nights of my life. To all those who were still up when Liz Truss lost her fucking seat, and she wouldn't come out. Remember, she wouldn't come out because you're told what the result is before you go on stage, and she was told it, and she ran off into the back room. I still love it when Penny Mordaunt came out to do PMQs on her behalf.
Yeah,
and she said she's not hiding under a table or nothing. And everyone went, who said she was hiding under a table, Penny? Who even mentioned that?
I know.
But yeah, okay, Ollie, we better leave it there because we need to let people go and have fun with Maximilian. So thanks very much for watching. If you would like to give us a like and a subscribe and hit the bell notification icon, that would be most excellent. If you haven't done one of those three things, I implore you to do it. You can follow Ollie on @Bowlerhatman here on YouTube, and his channel is very good, so I recommend it wholeheartedly. And you can get to it by just clicking on his name in the title of this video, and it'll take you to his channel. So hit him up with a subscribe, and that'll be an awesome
lots of interesting stuff in the world of reform councillors going on at the moment.
We need to do another reform watch at some point. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 9 o'clock. We've got a packed schedule tomorrow. We've got 9 o'clock, we've got Morning Brew, at 12 o'clock PMQs, and then at 6 o'clock we have The Rabbit Hole with me and Rachel. And there's a chance that Ben Chambers might put in an appearance in real life because he's due to be here at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, so until next time, I say thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for the super chats. You're all awesome. If you want access to the Discord server, give me a shout. Just give me a shout on GrahamDavidHughes.com, and I will patch you through. I'll patch you through as best I can. And then, until we meet again, my friends, hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.
Bye. Trump's a cunt.